One of my favorite characters in the Star Wars sequel trilogy is Supreme Leader Snoke, and so today, by looking at The Last Jedi novelization, I wanted to go over exactly what Snoke believed to be the most dangerous Force ability. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, at the very end of The Last Jedi, we do witness that Kylo Ren is now the leader of the First Order and is seen as Supreme Leader Ren. Now, looking at Star Wars The Last Jedi, when we see Supreme Leader Snoke interacting with characters Kylo Ren, Rey, General Hux, etc., we see him use a number of abilities. However, Snoke, in The Last Jedi novelization, says that a specific Force ability is considered, at least to him, the most dangerous Force ability there is. And this is what Snoke has to say from The Last Jedi novelization. Essentially what he says, Snoke explains certain aspects of the Force are not as reliable as others. Snoke elaborates that visions granted by the Force are extremely dangerous. They have led many Force wielders and empires to ruin because of them. Snoke explains it's most dangerous due to misinterpreting the future through the Force and underestimating one's enemy. Snoke explains many times before him a grand vision of the future as well as underestimating someone or something. Snoke also implies that the most dangerous of all abilities, alright? Very interesting stuff, is that gift of seeing into the future as it leads people down a terrible path they cannot return from. Snoke had learned all of this when he was young. So what's interesting to me about Supreme Leader Snoke is he sees these visions as the most dangerous Force ability out of all the other abilities because of that main reason. Some visions, a lot of the visions that they do see, a lot of patches are shaded, and what I mean by that is he didn't see Rey as a part of the story before the events of The Force Awakens, and he actually underestimated her to become a powerful figure. Now, as we saw in The Force Awakens, he had no idea exactly who Rey was, where she was coming from, until Kylo Ren found out about her and explained to Snoke exactly who she is. That is, of course, until later in The Last Jedi, where Kylo Ren captures Rey and brings her on board of the Supremacy and leads her into the throne room, is when we see these interactions between both Snoke and Rey. And this is where Snoke unveils his big plan, that he is actually the one responsible for binding the two minds together of both Kylo and Rey. Now, there's a big debate on whether or not maybe Snoke offered both Rey and Kylo seeing each other's future. That's another discussion for sure. But looking at Supreme Leader Snoke and the fact that he looks at having a Force vision into the future as the most dangerous Force ability for two big reasons. It leads someone down a very dangerous path where there's no return. There's no point of return, essentially, of using that ability. And the other reason is that often, and he learned this when he was a very young man, often when you have these visions of the future, a lot of things are left out, and there's a lot of things that you can really, misinterpret from. So looking at Supreme Leader Snoke, this most definitely goes into play with Kylo Ren being the one who killed him by using the Skywalker lightsaber and cutting him in two. So what he was essentially seeing in the very near future, talking about seconds here, was Kylo Ren igniting the saber to strike true and killing Rey once and once for all. So with Snoke here, he did not actually see his own ally coming to him and killing him and essentially giving him his own defeat. That is one big reason as to why this was explained in the novelization. Now, about the novelizations, the thing here is that I feel like that a lot of this stuff could have very well been embedded in the movie. This could have been a perfect little tiny 30-second story by Supreme Leader Snoke where he explains that he learned about Force visions when he was young, how dangerous they are, how they are considered the most dangerous Force ability because you can't see everything. You can't see the entire future. You only get little glimpses of it here and there, and you are pretty much led to be, misinterpreting certain aspects of the future by use of the Force, and that could lead you down a very bad and dangerous path. So that is what Snoke thought about the Force ability of seeing into the future and visions, etc. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.